lines. It says leave meeting or continue.
No, continue.
Continue, okay. All right. The other thing I want you all to practice, even with the same piece of paper that I have, is how to make straight lines. Because we're going to do this for doing the portraits of people and portraits of animal. So you see that I'm not using just my wrist like this. I'm actually using my entire hand across the page. But I'm using my entire arm. So then the same lines, you can use this like this. You see how my wrist is turning upside down? Let go like this way. But you can also do it like this as well, which is using your entire arm. I want you to get familiar that the lines can change by using your hand or your wrist. So, okay, so now that you have the circle, now we're gonna go on our first piece of paper. Now we're gonna design that bird. So the bird, as you can see, you have the template with you. So we wanna first now is design the head. So we're gonna look at the middle of this page. You're gonna see an invisible X. Well, I'm gonna slightly design the lines. You don't have to, it don't have to be perfect, as long as you know more or less where the X is in the middle. So now I wanna have the bird to be up here. So I'm gonna make the circle of the bird's head like this. So I'll slowly do it until I like it, then I make it darker. You see? Okay, now on this point, you see the circle? I'm gonna do the oval. The oval is I'm slowly gonna feel out where I want like to be. So, okay, I'm gonna go in this direction. And if I don't like it, I can always go smaller. Say, okay, maybe I like it smaller. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And don't worry if it's wobbly or not, but this is about forming the shapes. The next thing I'm gonna do is the hair. On the template, you're gonna see that it has a triangular shape. So I'm gonna do a triangle shape as well, but it's gonna come up to the side. You see the triangle? On this top of the head, I'm gonna make a slight line, but it's tilted. And then I make a line this way, up. From here, I'm connected to the head. And on the top part, I'll do the very same thing. Looks interesting, right? A little triangle on top of the head. Cool. Now what we're gonna do is another triangle on the beak. It has the mouth part right here and it here. So let's do it again. So you have a mouthpiece down here below. It's a straight line. And then I connect it to the top and then I connect it to the bottom. Perfect. And we're gonna do now is the eye. It's mostly closer to the beak than it is on top. So as you can see, there's more space here and there's little space here. So again, a lot of space here, little space here. Then I realize, okay, this is perfect for this eye right here. So I make another smaller, and I'm using my wrist versus my arm. Okay, good. The next step is I'm going to do is this line. It's gonna go all the way down, but it begins somewhat around this section over here. The reason why, it tells me where to begin. Now here, I'm gonna see from here, I'm gonna go right here. It's like a little curvature, or a little, like a letter C. And I'll bring it all the way down. On the back side of the two circles, I'm gonna develop the neck area. You see this area? I'm gonna connect a triangle and build it all the way around. You see? On this piece of paper that I have here, they don't connect, they're just a space. So I'll make a little, like another curve. And then I turn it around. I don't touch the oval yet. Perfect. Now we're gonna do the neck. The neck has feathers, but we may not have to do them yet. We're just gonna make sure that we know the distance between this, the circle, and the design of that. So starting with the beak, we go down like another curve. and then we do a little belly over here. So it comes down to this point and it goes around. Perfect. All right. Now let's go top to the head. The head again has all these mini feathers, but they go up and down, up and down. All right. With the head, I'm gonna go up and I bring it down and I go back up, bring it down, and I continue on different sizes of triangles. And I slope it all the way down. And then here, this is interesting. It goes down, but it bumps into and then has another curve that goes like an opposite C, but so subtle, and then it connects. So let's see if we can do that together. We go around and slopes down. You see how it slopes? Slopes down and connects. And then the top of the beak is rounded. So let's round that beak up. Perfect. Now we're going to, oh yeah, the eye, this, beside being a circle, is somewhat oval to the point right here. On the piece of paper, it becomes like a little point, like a little V-shaped form. So let's take this point, this moment, to make a little dot there. And then one goes up a little bit, and one goes straight. And then you do a nice, beautiful circle again. And let's make another circle right here. Perfect. At this time, I would like for you guys to use your eraser and start erasing a little bit on the portion that we already made here. So you have an idea more or less how it looks like. So start to erase a little bit of the top of the hair and maybe a little bit of the beak, just here, because we're gonna get more intricate with design. Cool, cool, cool. Take this time to erase a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit on the hair and on the beak. Clean up. Now, this is the part of the beak. It has like the shape of a letter C backwards. You see that? So on this shape here, there is this backward letter C. So we're gonna copy that form over here. I mean, I forgot to make the, the beak kind of much bigger on the top than is the bottom. So I'm gonna adjust it. So I made the line of the beak lower because I saw my mistake. Ooh. And on the eye, we're gonna make another curve like this, just another curve. Right up there, we're gonna make a little curve. And then we're gonna slope it down. We're gonna slope. Once you make the curve, we bring one down here, and then it goes up, down, up, and another curve. You see, go curve up, go straight down, and then curves around. And then you can design on your own, or you could follow the same pattern like I'm doing, what I'm trying to do. Curves here, around, over, and into the chest. I'm going to use this time as well to erase that bottom portion of the beak. Yes. Oh, at this time, is it all right that I can see what you're making? I'll show you mine. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. That's amazing. You did a great job. Can I see yours too, Jax? Oh, it's focused. Okay, that's nice. I'm impressed. This is a really great group. Okay, so we're gonna continue, I guess. How's your arm doing, by the way? Yeah. I'm gonna do a few more and then we're gonna do the same thing on the paper. Okay, so we're gonna do now is another little U formation first, and then little by little we make this W form. So beginning, it starts next to this belly, but we're gonna do this little small U here. So okay, you see the belly over here, and we're gonna start to build this letter U. And in the letter, this little U, we develop the curves. The little different curves. Maybe a little distinctive. Once we have that, we now gonna do is we're gonna extend the feathers. Just 1 line, 2 lines, 3, 4, and 5. So we're gonna make it long lines. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can do more if you want, but for right now, we're gonna do what we see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then little by little, we make a little W's on the side. All right, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna connect them in the bottom. Connect them all together, even till we reach here, but they don't connect though. They just stops right there. They're making a little space. So from here, come over, and then tapered out, tapered in, and then remember it stops right here. So I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't go any further. So I use this time again, once I finish the feathers, to start to erase in the middle of it so I can see the feathers better. And if I want to make changes on them, I can, because I can see better more or less what needs to be done. Okay, maybe I could erase a little bit of this one too. Okay, cool. All right, down the tail. The tail here is, I'm gonna make this long shape, kind of like a rectangle, but it's not really a rectangle. It's gonna be just a shape of a rectangle. It's gonna stop right here. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4 feathers. Okay, so, and it begins right under this shape right here. So I'm gonna make a straight line here, and I make another straight line, and it curves here. So 2 large ones will be 1, and then another one, 2, plus 2 more. And you have 1, and then 2. And again, I use this time to erase the inside border of the rectangle so I can see where I go. Once you get that, now we're gonna do is the branch. The branch comes underneath the belly. First, you have 2 lines for his feet, but we're gonna do, instead of making it the way you see it, we're gonna start doing a rectangle first. So you have an idea where it belongs, and then we can change the shape. So you have an idea, oh, okay, the branch belongs there. Maybe I made it too big. From here to here's the mouth. See that the mouth is here. You're gonna know that the branch goes under it. At least this is the leaf. So I make an invisible line. I go with the beak and I go slowly down. I say, okay, this is where the leaf is, and maybe this is where the branch is. The back end continues. So the feet has 2 lines, 1, 2, it goes under, around, under, and the same way it goes the other way. Okay, cool. So now that you have an idea, we're gonna more or less do the very same thing with that brown piece of paper. So you guys want to take a little break or something so you can use the bathroom or whatever? You know, you could come back. What do you think? Hello, everybody. I'm glad that you have a little break. So we're gonna draw the same bird, same techniques on this brown piece of paper. I don't know if you have it with you. And then once we finish with the design, we're gonna use charcoal or a crayon to make the highlights so they can pop. So make sure that we have now is your brown paper. Do you guys have your brown piece of paper with you? You guys have it? Okay.
I didn't get to finish coloring, but this is what I did.
Oh, and then you started coloring it. That's great. I love the details. You actually did the flowers and stuff. Very nice. Very nice work there. Keep moving forward. All right. So right now we're gonna do the same bird again. created. All right. So on a piece of paper, this is the design that we did together. We're gonna do the same thing by mapping the bird. We're gonna have to find its middle. So by doing that, you're gonna slowly make a design here, like a line going vertical, but you don't have to make it that dark because you're gonna have to erase it. And then once you get the middle, you're gonna figure out where's horizontally, where will be the line as well. You say, okay, I have an idea. So I want then the circle to be right here. So I slowly and gently, I'm gonna make a circle, nice circle. You may not see it that well, but it's okay. As long as you see it and you know it's there, because you're gonna have to erase it eventually. So I'll make it lightly. And I'm gonna bring all of these pieces as well, step by step. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is the oval. The oval begin underneath the circle and to this angle right here. So I begin, again, the oval. The oval is the shape of the wing and also the body. They don't have to meet, they can meet together. Then the next process is the hair, or the hair piece. So I'm gonna start here, like a triangle, like here on top. I'm gonna make a little line upwards, maybe up here is better, upwards like this. And then from the top of this line, I'm gonna connect it to the head. And the top of this line, I'm gonna connect it to the head. And the same way here, I'm gonna make another triangle of the mouth. And I remember that the top beak is much bigger than it is the smaller. So I'm gonna make an interesting looking triangle with a smaller beak on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. I moved around. So there you go. You can see that there's a triangle on top with a little line to show you the distance, and then the beak. And now we're gonna find out where is the eye. So the eye, I'm gonna figure out that it's more space here and there's less here. So I'm gonna make it a little bit on this section. So you gotta figure it out where more or less the eye is gonna be. Nice and gentle, make a circle. And once you finish with that, you're gonna make another little circle right on top, like the highlight. Okay. At this point, we're gonna go back to the hair and we're gonna make little spikes. See the spikes that we did earlier, where you go up and down and up and down. We're gonna do the very same thing here, but we're gonna do it on the cardboard, in the construction paper. So I'm gonna go up and then break it down a little bit and reach up to the top, go back down, and continue to do the very same thing to show that these are feathers on the back. And I stop right there. And I use this time to use the eraser to start to take away parts of that triangle and the line in the middle. Nice and gentle, because I know that if you erase too much, you might make a hole on the cardboard paper. Cool. So here, I'm gonna again erase the part of the beak, a little bit here, a little bit in the bottom. Then I'm going to then connect the head, make a little slope and make a little bump, and then another little slope. So here we go, and slope down, a little bump, and slopes back down again into the beak, and then bends a little bit. At this point, you can make the little C shape on the beak. It's, yeah, just like that. You make a little C shape, make sure that they connect. I'm gonna erase a little bit of the other triangle that I created. Cool. And in the eye, I noticed there's a little pointy part to it. So I'm gonna make a straight down here, and I'm gonna make a straight line there. And then now we're gonna go the back of the bird. The back of the bird, we're gonna continue on, almost touching the oval that we already made. And we're gonna do the same thing with the neck. There's gonna be this little curve, like a backwards letter C. So it comes down from the neck and then makes another curve that goes under and into the oval. That's the belly. Cool. So now you have the major shapes. Now in the belly, you're gonna develop another U shape. Ready? And you can, on the form here, you can see that the belly starts here, but then it continues with this shape of a U. So we're gonna do that again, the same way we did with the drawing. I'm gonna go back and the U shape ends here. So here we go, up, again, nice and gentle. And then they actually curve, and then we're gonna continue because it makes his arm right there. Okay, now we're gonna erase a little bit. Use your eraser from your pencil. Start to erase little pieces here so you know more or less where they are. Okay. In the U that we finished doing, we're going to do the feathers. One, like nice curves, like large little U's. Small little piece. There you go. 1, 2. There you go. And under here, we're gonna make these shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then little movement. So 4 lines straight. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 shapes. And then we connect them once again in the bottom. We connect them together until we reach almost reach into this portion of the arm. Okay, now we're doing the tail. Now the tail, like I said before, is kind of like a shape of a rectangle. And it has 2 of the major feathers here and 2 smaller ones. Here we go. Starting from this pen right here, make a rectangle shape. Unite them. We have 1 line here, and then we could bring the other one up here. The other ones connect into that, and 2. All right, so we have a bird, but I forgot, we gotta also finish connecting the tail to the back side of the bird. So we're gonna do, again, little U's or W's if you wanna use that. Cool. The other part, more or less, is gonna be the feet. And once we finish the feet and the branch, we begin with the other tools. 1, 2. Remember, on the beak, you make an invisible line that connects all the way down so it can make it reach here. This will be the leaf. So you're gonna make a little leaf shape, kind of like an oval shape. And this begins the shape of the branch. Goes up and down, up, curves. You can continue, go down, and go up again. Here, you're gonna extend it. You're gonna keep moving it back until you touch the back of the page. And now you have made your bird. Okay, so, oh yes, one other design. Let's go back to the head, the shape. Here, we're gonna make this letter C above the eye. We're gonna make a straight line this way. We're gonna go back up and then another little curve. The same way, you're gonna go down. You make small lines and go all the way up, go down until you touch the shape of the chest. I forgot to add these wonderful little feathers on its neck. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, and then continue 1 big one here and 1 down. Okay, now that we have that, we're gonna use the pencil to erase a little bit more the extra the line work. And then we're gonna begin with the other tools. Okay, just to make sure that this is not the branch.
This was in my notebook.
Oh, look at you, Jenna. That's beautiful. That's very nice. Okay, so now that we got our bird, we're going to use either a crayon or a chalk or color pencil, whichever you have that you find comfortable in. Do you have those tools with you? If you have them, take them out now. You guys don't have that? Some do?
They all have something.
So the reason why I have all these different variations is some can handle the chalk better in the material. So I'm gonna try with the chalk. So I'm gonna use this to do the eye. I'm gonna do I'll go around the eye. See, el brillo. Little chalk and eye. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go under the eye, and a little shade in there, because we're gonna have an idea that there's a light source coming from this direction. So it's gonna like illuminate the bird from this direction. So you're gonna start seeing that the part that the light source is coming is gonna illuminate this part. All right, so from the hair all the way down, I'm gonna make this line. And do you see the line? Oop. You see the line? So here on this bird, I'm gonna make this upside down triangle or side triangle. And I'm gonna slowly fill it in. You see that? Then we're gonna do another feather from the head. Go down a little bit. You see that? We're gonna do another one again. And then one more. Down over here on the neck area, we're gonna make a line. Do you see this line? Can you guys make that line between the arm and the design of the face? So you make that line and you're gonna curve it all the way down to the chest. Can you guys do that? It's like a little straight line from the eye, you go in that direction, and then to the top of the wing. Now that we got that design, we're gonna go all the way down this way. And then we're gonna fill it in. That's where the light source is coming from. Once we get that, we gotta slowly blur it in to the other side of the bird. A little bit. Here, we're gonna do a little circle, slightly like an oval. We're gonna fill it in. This is where the light source is hitting the bird. Oh yeah, let's go back to the beak now. On the beak, the top portion, we're gonna make a little bit more highlighted. But the bottom beak is always darker because of the light. Now we're gonna go to the forehead of the bird. Slowly highlight that. Like a little, what you call it, rectangle or a little small box here. Around, we're gonna do around the hair is that curve that we made earlier. So we're gonna do that as well. I'm gonna just design underneath it. So you can see that it just, stands out. I'm gonna do a little bit of the curve here, a little design to make it merge with the shadow on the bottom. Okay. Under here, we're gonna do a little bit of the shade for the cheeks. So it's like a little line, like a sideways triangle that's slanted. Cool. Okay, now we're gonna go to the feathers in the back. May not be a lot of the light source because but we're gonna indicate that there's there. So we're gonna do a little bit on the bottom of this, 1 or 2 lines here. Just on one side, at least one side of it. So I have a 3D effects. And then we're gonna continue doing the very same thing onto the other feathers. This way have the illusion that it's dimensional. On the branch, we're gonna go again. We're gonna follow the path. I'm gonna kind of highlight it first, make it thicker. Ooh. Now that we have that, we're gonna go back with the pencil. Now take the time to take your pencil back. We're gonna do a shading. We're gonna go start from the neck. As you can see, we're gonna shade here. We're gonna make this a design behind the neck, which I'm gonna show you right now. It's right here and here. It's like a triangle shape again. And then we use the side of the pencil, not the point of the pencil, but the side of the pencil, and we're gonna slowly shade it in. We're also gonna shade in on the bottom here. Underneath this, we're gonna do this little shape of a U. I'm gonna make a stick down, kind of like a backward 7, one fancy 7, but it's a U with a stick. And then we're gonna shade from there towards the back, nice and gentle. Sideways, with the pencil held sideways. One other thing we're gonna do is the belly. We're gonna do the shape of a U, as you can see here, and we go down, shade in down the bottom. Okay, you can use this time to darken the eye. So let's go to the eye now and shade in the entire thing. Okay, we're gonna go again to the branch. We're gonna make a straight line, continue on. And we're gonna actually shade in the bottom of the branch. See, I made a straight line from the one point. I don't follow the curves. I just went straight down, and then I shading in the bottom part. Now we're gonna go underneath the head. We're gonna, underneath the beak, we're gonna do this, again, triangle shape. And we're gonna slowly shade in. Kind of blend that in if you want. And more or less, we have one more shape here to finish, which is actually the back of the bird is the back, and then it has a U here. So all this is gonna be shading. Hopefully you can understand. So small little shade. And then I do the little U here, and then from there, I continue shading in. Okay, I use my finger to blend in just in case. And that'll be it. Normally I use a marker to silhouette it and I cut it, but for right now we have this as a design for our first mixed media. I want to know how you guys liked it. Oh, you did it. How beautiful. Thank you. That's wonderful. You did 2 drawings. I love that. Okay. Well, thank you so much for spending the time with me. And tomorrow I'm gonna update you as to what we're gonna do next. We're gonna probably cut and paste onto something else, and it should be really fun. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Oh, that's so sweet.